Yo, all right. Video has begun. This is part 3 of how I'm getting huge and shredded this summer. So part 1 was explaining the split. Part 2 was explaining the lower body days. Now part 3, I'm going to explain the upper body days. There's 2 upper body days, Thursday and Sunday. Thursday is upper A, Sunday is upper B. We're going to start with Thursday. Thursday's upper A, I actually made a whole video about it where I was doing the session live in the gym. So if you want to know more about the session, watch that video after, but I'll still run through it quickly now. So start off with chest isolation. I do 2 sets of pec deck. First set is in the 10 to 15 rep range. Second set is a rep match set. So the way rep match works is you aim to get the same amount of reps as you did on the top set, go into failure, and taking as many 30-second rests as you need. So for example, if on the first set I got 15 reps, on the second rep match set now, I'm going to aim for 15, but obviously I'm not going to be able to get 15. I'll probably get maybe like 12. I'll get 12 reps to complete failure, then I'll time 30 seconds on my clock. Then after 30 seconds, I'll squeeze out the last 3, and that's a rep match set. I managed to match the same reps. I got 15, but they were just broken up into like smaller mini sets. And with rep match, you take as many mini sets as you need. So when I the early couple weeks of this program, my rep match set was 2 mini sets. Like I was able to match the reps from the top set within 2 sets. But now that training's getting a bit tougher, and now that I'm getting deeper into the deficit, it's taking me like 3 mini sets to match the top set. So last week when I done this, I managed to get what did I get? I got like 15 reps on the top set, and then second set was 9, 4, and 2. Is that 15 reps? Yeah, that's 15. Yeah, 9, 4, and 2. Yeah. So 3 mini sets, and that's calm. That doesn't really matter. It's kind of like just more approaches to failure, and as long as I keep the rest the same between each set, we're good. Yeah. So start for chest isolation, and that's all I do for chest on this day. We then move on to back. Now this day is more like a back and shoulder type focus. So this is where the main fun starts. Lats. 2 sets of lat rows on this machine. Now I didn't really fuck with this machine back in the day. I used to think that people are doing the most when they're on it. But now that I tried it, it's actually decent. Can't lie, it's actually good. So 2 sets here. Simple, just 8 to 12. Unilateral, 1 arm at a time. What I like with this machine is how when you row, the machine rows downwards, and that's exactly the type of motion you want to be going through to really get the lats. You want to be thinking of putting the elbow in the pocket in a sort of down-ish motion. So it only makes sense that this machine, as you pull the handles, they sort of go down into the elbow, into the pocket. Perfect, really. So yeah, I was a hater on this machine for a while. Fuck, bro, why's my mouth getting dry? Like, I'm just trying to make vids here, like, not fucking... I was a hater on this machine for a while. Then I gave it a go, and bro, it's fucking beautiful, so can't really be hated anymore. Then after that, we got lat pull down. 3 sets here. I use a straight bar, and I grip the bar just where it starts to angle off. So you know how most straight bars are straight, and then right at the end they sort of angle down a little bit. I grip it just where it angles down. I do 3 sets here, 7 to 10, simple and basic. The main pointer here is when I do my reps, what I do is I lean back and then I maintain a leant back torso while I pull with my arms. What I used to do is I used to sort of like thread myself through during the range of motion. So like I'll be down here, and then as the bar comes up, I'll like be pushing myself through. And I thought that gave like more of a stretch, and I thought I felt it more in my lats. And I don't really know if I do or don't. But now for my current training cycle, I've adopted this method of doing the lat pull downs. Maintaining the lean back and then just pulling through the scapula. Now because of that, because of the lean back and because I'm pulling through the scapula, it's gonna hit the upper back a little bit more than maybe a traditional pull down. But nevertheless, it's still gonna be lats. Like, let's not do this bullshit where we say that lat pull downs ain't lats anymore and it's just upper back. Like, no, bro, we're still hitting lats. And in addition to a bit of upper back, you can't complain, bro. You can't complain. You might as well do 3 sets on here as well, just like me. 3 sets, 7 to 10. And then that's all my back work for the day done. Then we move on to shoulders. So lateral raises, 1 arm at a time, cable. yeah, not much to say here. These are quite basic. I never really used to be a one arm at a time lateral raise guy because I used to just be lazy, bro. And I used to think like, oh, that's double the time in the gym. Like, fuck doing that. But if it's only one time a week that I'm doing bilateral lat raises, then that's fine. So one arm at a time. I have the cable set up at about like hip height, so that when my arm is in the cable just before I initiate the movement, it's fully straight down by my side. So hip height, and just do the reps as you're seeing on screen now. Simple, really. What I do here is 3 sets with a drop set on the last set. So 3 sets 10 to 15, and on the last set, what we do is a mechanical drop set. So what I do is I don't lower the weight, but I modify the exercise to make it easier and take some weight off. And the modification that I make is I I loosen up the cuff, and then I put my arm through it, and I have the cuff up on my elbow. So now, the reason that makes it easier is because there's a shorter moment arm. I don't want to get too technical, but there's a shorter moment arm from the point of resistance and the joint that it's working on. So you can imagine when the cuff is on my wrist, there's a longer distance from my wrist to my shoulder. But now when the cuff is on my elbow, there's a shorter distance from my elbow to my shoulder. And so because there's a shorter distance, the exercise is easier. Now this distance is called a moment arm. It's just a funny coincidence that it's actually on my arm. But moment arms are just like a principle, like a thing in physics. They're not body part specific. Like just because it's a moment arm on my arm doesn't mean anything. Like it's just a funny coincidence. So yeah, essentially that's what a mechanical drop set is. You don't modify the weight, you modify the execution to almost like take some weight off and make it lighter and allow you to get a drop set. So that's what I do. On the last set, I put the cuff up on my elbow, then I rep out like 6 or 7 reps, and that's the drop set. Then after that, we got tricep. So what I do for tricep is 1 set of rope push downs as because I like it and to warm up the elbows, and then 2 sets of dumbbell extensions. Now I've been playing around with the setup on these. I've done them like on an incline slightly, like I saw Julian Cheng do on Insta. I done them like laying completely flat. I'm still trying to figure out which variation I like more, but essentially some sort of extension variation that's not overhead with a cable, because that comes on the second day. So I'm still kind of playing around. I might even this week do the tricep machine. Like, what's that one called? The tricep press machine, where you're seated and it's basically like the tricep equivalent of a preacher curl. Don't know what it's called, but I might give that a go in 2 days' time on Thursday again. I'm not sure. But I'm always going to keep the first set rope pushdowns because I just love rope pushdowns. And if worse gets to worse, then I'll just stick with rope pushdowns for the tricep work. Like I'll just do 3 sets of rope pushdowns. But for now, it's 1 set of rope pushdowns and then 2 sets of some sort of extension in the 10 to 15 rep range for all exercises and all sets for tricep. Then after that, move on to bicep. Simple again. What I do is 1 set of standing dumbbell curls because I just want to, and I want to get my standing dumbbell curl up. Simple, just standing, just 2 arms at a time, just curling, pausing at the top and pausing at the bottom with full elbow extension. Like my arm is fully straight at the bottom. And then 2 sets of face away cable curls. Now, I don't have any videos of me doing this, but if you know what face away cable curls is, I'll like put a picture on screen in case you don't know. Just sort of standing with the cable facing away and you're like kind of leaning while your arm's behind you. It's basically a lengthened biased bicep lift. And I've just been experimenting with a cable stack in my gym doing that. All right, second upper body day now. What do we start with? Start on this guy with, how am I forgetting? Oh yeah, lateral raises. So this day is on a Sunday. Start with lateral raises. 2 rest pause sets here. So if you remember how I done calves on leg day 1, I do the similar thing here. So I go to failure, rest 30 seconds, go to failure again, and that counts as 1 set. Then after that 1 set, I rest my regular, 2 to 3 minutes in between sets, then I do it again. So 2 rest pause sets, 10 to 15 rep range. In my gym, I'm still experimenting which exact lateral raise machine and variation I want to use. All I know is that I definitely want it to be bilateral. I want 2 arms at the same time because I don't want to be doing any more 1-arm work, especially not how later on in the workout there's some 1-arm work. So boom, start with lateral raises. Then we got into 3 sets of pressing. 3 sets of low incline bench. I use the Smith machine. And what low incline means is I've got the bench on just one notch up from completely flat. Why? Don't really know. Like coach says low incline, so I'm like, all right, I'll give it a go. It feels all right. It feels good. Kind of basically feels like a flat for me, especially how I've got such a big rib cage. Flat or low incline is more or less the same in terms of range of motion and sensation. So yeah, it doesn't really make a difference that it's flat or low incline, but I'm just following the plan. So low incline, 3 sets. I'm on the Cybex Smith now that I'm back at Norton's. Shout out to Cybex Smith, man. Fucking great piece of machinery. 2 sets. First set is first 2 sets are 7 to 10. Second set is 10 to 12. No pauses on this, but as always, good form. Slow on the way down, touching the chest all the way up, blocking out, boom, bish, bash. Good stuff there. What's next? 2 sets of shoulder press. Now, I'm actually fucking with this machine. I'm not going to lie. The hammer strength, pin loaded overhead press. I remember, I'll never forget the first time I used it, I thought, this is dead. This is so dead. I don't know why the handle's sort of like twisting and rotating and what sort of handles are these. But when I'm actually giving it a go, bro, it's phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really good. So 2 sets on here in the 7 to 10 rep range. Now my weight, the weight I do on here is it's not that good. Like it's quite low because I haven't overhead pressed in a minute, and I'm doing this after 3 tough sets, basically to failure of pressing already. So we're using more or less the same musculature. So yeah, my weight on here ain't the best, but yeah, again, bro, as we know, weight doesn't matter for hypertrophy. It's the proximity to failure. So whether I'm using the first weight pin on the stack or the very last weight pin on the stack, as long as I go to failure, I'm making gains. I'm building muscle. So that's all that matters. 2 sets there. I'm really liking this. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of look forward to it on this day. Then after that, the one and only exercise back day. What? Bro, what the fuck did I just say? The one and only back exercise on this day, got the T-bar row, or just any sort of row variation. Now, I've been doing the Nebula T-bar row down at Norton's this entire time, but I don't know if I really like it. I'll be real, bro. Like, it's not the best. I can't lie, it's not the best. It's like, firstly, I don't like how it's loaded on both sides. That just jars me, bro, because you have to bring double the plates and you kind of have to do maths like, how much weight do I want in here? Because I got to put the weight on both sides. Like, fuck all of that. I wish it was just a one pin loaded T-bar row, like just a normal one. Do you get it? Like with the fucking, what's that called? With the sleeve. That's what it's called. With the sleeve, and then you put the weight on the sleeve. That's what it's called. Yeah, but this Nebula one, like I don't really like the way it feels, bro. Like I don't know. Like my arm position just isn't exactly where it is. Like you know what I'm comparing it to? I'm comparing it to the UFit Nautilus T-bar row. If you don't know what UFit is, that's the gym I used to train at. But the Nautilus T-bar row essentially, that is sex, bro. Like that one there. If I was to ever start a home gym, that would definitely be up there on the consideration of machines I need to get. Like that one makes a lot of sense, especially top handles on that. Whoa, crazy upper back pump, and it's quite stable. Like yeah, all T-bar rows are stable, but with the Nautilus one, what I do now, this kind of makes me feel a bit sus. I'm not gonna lie. What I do is I sort of I'm interested to know if this is visible in the video, but what I do is when the reps get tough, I grab the middle pole with my legs. Like I sort of like squeeze my legs together, like to grab the middle pole. And like, it makes me feel so sus. Like I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of like feminine when I do it, bro. I don't know what it is. It just feels a bit weird. Like the way I'm sort of grabbing up this fucking thing as if it's, I don't know, bro. But essentially it just allows me to sort of grind out those reps and just generates a bit more stability so that I don't feel like I'm sort of like floating in the air as I'm trying to pull with my hands. But that's a Nautilus T-bar row. The ones I've got in Norton, well, there's only one, and it's the Nebula one. It's not bad, but I might switch it out for the Strive row at Norton. So it won't be T-bar row anymore, but it'll still be a chest supported row, and I'll still get the same principle. I'll still apply the same principles as I do on the T-bar row, those being full stretch at the bottom, full retraction at the top. So I might give that a go on Thursday. Oh no, this would be on Sunday now. Yeah, I might give that a go on Sunday. If I remember correctly, I didn't really fuck with the Strive row that much either. Like, granted, I only used it one or two times, so I can't even make an accurate decision whether I liked it or not. But I don't know, bro. I'm trying to think if I remember correctly. I don't think I fucked with it that much, but I'll give it a proper go on Sunday and we'll see. So yeah, just 3 sets of 8 to 12. That's it. 3 sets of 8 to 12 for T-bar row and for back work. And that's all the back work on this day. Then move on to isolations. So we've got bicep and tricep to tick off. Start off with tricep, single arm overhead cable extension, just as you're seeing in these clips here. Or actually, wait, I might have deleted the clips. I'm not sure if I got the clips. But if I do, I'll play them. If not, that sucks for you. Overhead extension, literally just with the cable, one arm at a time, 3 sets, 10 to 15, no drop sets or any intensifiers here, just basic stuff. And then the final exercise is biceps, 3 sets. First set being, I'm bugging, no, my bad. 4 sets of bicep to end off. First 2 sets on the preacher curl. Shout out Strive for making this beautiful preacher curl. This is one of the best preachers I've ever used. Way better than this hammer strength one back at UFIT. This Strive one at Norton, okay, like I was saying, everything about this Strive one makes sense, bro. Like, there's enough arm pad so that your elbow and around the elbow joint isn't like hanging off. You can change the resistance profiles. The handles are well designed. Like, there's enough room on the handle to get different grips and make sure your wrists are in a comfortable position. Like, it just makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So thank you, Strive, for making such a beautiful machine. That is fucking sexy. That's what I use for 2 sets of 10 to 15. Then after that, I go to the dumbbell rack, 2 sets, 10 to 15 of seated incline curls. Oh, sorry, seated hammer curls. So just hammer curls, but seated with the bench lent back a little bit so it's on a slight incline. At this point, like, my biceps are tired, and so the rep quality on these hammers isn't the best, I'll be honest. Sometimes I'll sort of finish a set and think like, that might have been junk volume maybe. But I'm trying to be strict, and I'm trying to really get a good contraction, get a good burn, get a good sensation and good quality reps. But I'll be lying if I said that some weeks they don't lack. The 2 sets of hammer curls at the end of the workout do sometimes lack, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's the 2 upper body days. And that concludes this 3-part series detailing my split and all my training days. So now you know what days I train, in what order I do what exercises, and the rep ranges and sets, and just my thoughts about it. So if you want to know anything else, any other videos, let me know. If you want to get shredded for summer, I'm trying to think which side of the screen I need to be on this side. If you want to get shredded for summer, I've got a free ebook that teaches you how to create a calorie deficit, but how to actually stick to it. Because you know you need to be in a calorie deficit, but you just can't stick to it. And you see all these other guys on Instagram successfully shredding off fat. They are getting lean like this, while you're still in the same position you were 6 months ago, a year ago. The real problem is you don't know how to keep it off. So I've got my free ebook that teaches guys how to keep it off, all the little tips and secrets that I've learned. What you have to do to redeem it is just follow me on Instagram, comment book on my latest post, and I'll send it to you in the DMs. Simple as that, bro. Free of charge and no strings attached. That's it. If you're interested, follow me on the gram. That will come with the book as well. That said, if I'm on your screen right now, then I've kept your interest somehow. Let me know if this video. Catch you in the next one. Love, my bro.